Beautiful day in Austin, Texas. Ready to kick off season 2 of League One Volleyball. Nebraska in town taking on Austin. Rematch of the inaugural season finals. Great look at libero for Nebraska. Lexi Rodriguez sat out her first year and now is ready to take on the world. Facing the world, speaking of right side, Madison Skinner, one of the best hitters in the world. Taking over offensively for Austin. Big rematch starting off tonight, kicking off season 2.
Previously on League One Volleyball.
6 teams from across the country and athletes from around the world came together to create a brand new league, a showcase for Olympic medalists, NCAA champions, and international superstars at a level of play never before seen in the U.S.
Austin does it. The first ever League One Volleyball Championship.
Tonight, it all begins again with a rematch of the championship game. The first serve of League One Volleyball Season 2 is coming up next.
You want to get wild? You're in no point in the point.
As we welcome you into the HEB Center at Cedar Park alongside 2-time Olympic medalist Courtney Thompson. I'm Shelby Coppage. Courtney, such a big moment for history of volleyball. What's the most important thing to know about season 2 of Love?
Yeah, in season 1, League One Volleyball really established themselves as one of the best leagues in the world, and the momentum hasn't stopped here in season 2. There are more Olympians, more international superstars, and some of the best ownership groups in sports, including the ownership groups of the Houston Texans and San Antonio Spurs.
NFL, NBA, everyone wants in on Love. Why not? 1 in 5 players are Olympians. Here's your starting lineup presented by Adidas for Austin. A big part of that is going to be right side Maddie Skinner, the star of Austin.
Yeah, Madison Skinner is one of the most fun athletes to watch. She's incredibly explosive. She jumps high. She hits hard with a ton of range. But what sets her apart is really her fluidity and how she flows with the game. She has this keen sense of where to go. Is incredibly fun to watch. She makes hard plays when it counts, and I can't wait to see where she takes it in season 2.
Skinner's going to have to beat out one of the best liberos in the world. Starting lineup for Nebraska, Lexi Rodriguez. She will be the libero in the opposite jersey, and she is one of the best passers in the nation.
That's right. She's not only the best passer, she's a fan favorite, but she is feisty. She's gritty and quick and loves to fly around defensively, but really what sets her apart is her vision. She sees the game at such a high level. She makes these difficult plays look incredibly easy. So excited to see her in the starting role this season.
All right, Courtney, take us through your Chase scouting report for tonight's matchup.
That's right. Nebraska's not quite as physical here as Austin, so they're going to have to be great problem solvers here.
First serve already on. Season 2 of Love. It's kicked off. Emily Thader hitting off on the slide. That's her running behind the setter, getting a kill down the line.
That's right. Emily Thader came in ready to go. She's an athlete, played in France, played in Germany. Super excited to be home here in America. Fired up to make herself known here in season 2.
Dagma at the service line. Again, this is a rematch of the finals from the inaugural season. Austin swept Nebraska. Nebraska back in Texas with a vengeance. Eggleston. Big dig. Rodriguez tight on the net. Out of system for Nebraska. Outside attack. That's Skinner to star. Now, Courtney, take us through your Chase scouting report.
That's right. So we're already seeing it here. Nebraska is going to have to serve aggressively. The harder that they serve, the less options Austin have. They're not as physical. They're going to have to find creative solutions to get kills. And Austin is going to do what Austin does. Crush dreams blocking. They're physical. They're going to serve tough and be really aggressive at the net.
Molly McCage making that kill look easy, slow, fluid with her setter. Rio Riley who head coach Eric Sullivan said was going to be a hard decision on who to start as a setter. McCage on your screen, one of the best middles.
Nice problem to have. 2 great setters for Team Austin.
Right side, Eggleston keeping that ball in play perfectly. Skinner tipping over. Skinner again, making that kill look easy. Here's a look at Eric Sullivan. Spent 14 seasons at the University of Texas as the associate head coach. Never been a head coach till USA Volleyball called and said, we want you to run our program. Months later, Love Austin said, hey, run ours while you're at it. What a story he has.
Incredible story, incredible coach. These athletes are having a blast playing for him. You can feel the energy of Austin. They're making all these little plays, and something that Eric's really wanted to establish is creativity, a lot of risk-taking, so when to go for it, when to keep it in, give yourself a chance in transition. It's fun to see a team play free, and so far Austin is embodying that.
Eggleston, short flow with the ace. Great placement by her.
Logan Eggleston from University of Texas, national champion. When we asked the athletes, hey, who's the most competitive one on your team? Almost everybody said Logan Eggleston. She loves to get after it.
Also the best mess talker, we were told, is Eggleston. McCage said has a smile, but she can be mean. Big kill needed by Nebraska. Winters, the 4-time All-American from Creighton University, hoping to get her team a run right here.
That's right, coming off being inducted into Creighton's Hall of Fame. She's coming back hungry, in shape, ready to get after it here in season 2.
Eggleston passing with the hands. Skinner changing up her shots already. Going for high hands. Big kill for Nebraska.
Kimberly Drevniak, number 8, the opposite. Incredible play. We talk about this being the best volleyball in the world. To dig that ball hit by Madison Skinner and then transition, get a high-level kill against a big-time block. That's elite-level volleyball.
A little out of system for Austin. Going to be a free ball for Nebraska. Rolled out. Was there a touch? Larson, the Gov, wants it. That's going to be called out.
Governor Jordan Larson, number 10 for Nebraska, the most decorated volleyball player in USA history. She's a 4-time Olympic medalist. It was a long time to be at the top of her game, and it looks like she's not a day over 30.
Thader coming in all power. In practice today, Thader got hit in the face, was down. Little while later, came back up and said, that's the moment where if you get hit in the face, you have to go back in and just absolutely kill it.
That's right. She's a fighter. She's worked hard to be here, and she's going to take advantage.
Statement blocked by Drevniak. Green, number 8 on the right side. Big wall.
Rhea Riley here for Austin, the setter, number 17. Austin's trying to play with speed, and that works really well, puts a lot of pressure on the block, but sometimes it can kill you. There's less time, the more challenging it is to get a great swing.
Out to Skinner again. That's going to be a tool off the block. How important is it to use the block as your friend for hitters?
Yeah, it's really big time. I think as a young volleyball athlete, we often think, oh, we want to hit around the block or avoid it, but you'll see at the highest levels, you actually want to compete to hit the edges and use that to your advantage. It is really hard to get a clean block.
Tool when the hitter hits off the block and it goes out, giving the point to the hitter. Another point, that's going to be Herrera.
Candelera Herrera, one of the best middles from Argentina. What I love about both setters right now, Laura Dykma for Nebraska, Bria Riley for Austin, they're both getting the middles going. It's a little bit like running the football. If you're good in the middle of the court, it opens up everything else on the outside.
Missed serve by Nebraska. Nebraska really talked about the importance of going on runs. That starts at the service line. Don't want to give Austin too many points. Maddie Banks to serve. Big up. Governor Doug. Was there a touch? Eggleston. Nebraska saying no. Eric Sullivan says he wants a challenge on that one.
Austin hoping that hit Nebraska's arm, so it's a playable ball. Nebraska saying, no way, not today.
What did you see, Courtney?
I don't think
The
it got her.
4 hits.
You know, I don't think it got her. What I love, though, was Nebraska was being aggressive. Jordan Larson had a triple block going. So typically in volleyball, you're going to have 2 blockers up there on a good read. But if you see it early enough, you might get 3. That's an aggressive move. Oh, she might have gotten it.
We're getting a replay. Already getting the drama. First challenge of the season is a replay.
Ah.
Let's do it. Like you said, a triple block on the right side. That means 3 hitters up to block. So 6 strong hands against 1 blocker. Really hard to beat that out. Maddie Binks. Nebraska finding success, running through the middle again.
Laura Dykeman being aggressive there, setting Conde in front of her. Typically with 2 attackers in the rotation, you might see that middle blocker go behind. As you said, it's a slide.
Woo! Another missed serve for Nebraska.
That's right, game of inches.
Asia O'Neal up to serve. 2-time national champion from Texas. Slide coming up. That one's going to be called out. And you see the slide ran a lot from Nebraska. That's when the middle Herrera runs behind the setter. Here's a replay.
Yeah, you can see Conde might have gotten under that just slightly, which means it's a little easier to send it long. We'll see if Laura Dykeman repeats her. Unless you don't have to. You got Jaylee Winters on the outside. A great swing by her. Nebraska running a quick offense as well, so it's hard for these blockers to catch up to it. And if they beat them with speed, Jaylee can do a great job of using the edge of that block, as we saw there.
Herrera on Loboson's platform. Tipped off the hands awkwardly by McCage. Pushed out by Winters. Was there a touch on it? No, that ball just called out.
We talked about Nebraska needing to get some creative solutions and find a way to make plays. Jaylee looking for some hands, but Bria O'Reilly, a great veteran pro, pulls her hands down so there are no hands to hit off of. Smart play by Bria. Emily Thader running the slide behind. Again, Emily does a great job of has a lot of depth coming into that, so she can see the block, can find the spots on the court to hit.
Eggleston again. McCage coming in. Big kill running through the middle. Austin taking the early lead here in the first set, 12-9. Season opener of season 2 of Love Volleyball on USA Network. League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of Love. Good look at Lexi Rodriguez and Madison Skinner, two of the more younger players on the court, but make huge impacts for their team. And earlier today, they had some great things to say about one another.
Playing against her is super challenging. I think she's obviously super athletic, can jump out of the gym. And I just think like her shot selection and her volleyball IQ is just, it's high level.
Just keeping the ball off of her as much as possible. And when we are going after her, just being aggressive and as assertive as we can and dominant. But I think overall, just trying to keep the ball off of her. She's a great passer. She's a great digger.
So fun to hear these athletes want to play against the best. There's so much mutual respect between the two, and what makes love volleyball so special. You're best in the world playing the best in the world.
Eggleston getting Nebraska out of system early. Outside, low set, and there she is, Rodriguez making that dig look effortless. Again, keep it away from her if you're Austin. Leading into the kill for Nebraska.
That's right. Nebraska knew early they were going to have to be creative. They might not get them on the first play. Lexi Rodriguez doing what she does best, making these reads, incredible plays, not once, but twice, giving her team another chance to kill a ball in transition.
Winters hoping to go on a service run for her team. Back to Skinner, rolling over to the right side, but it's dug up. Pass set by Rodriguez. Great defense by Austin. To Austin, off the hands of Emily Thader.
Great dig by Brea O'Reilly here. Off the block, changes her whole momentum to give her team a chance. Maddie Kubik-Banks with a great swing in transition. Maddie Kubik played for Love Nebraska last year. Moved on over down to Austin to join her new teammates.
Probably enjoying some warmer weather as well.
That's right.
Emily Thader up to serve. And this is the one rotation where the middle blocker is in the back row. Maybe she'll be picked on defensively. Outside, that's going to be another kill. Maddie Banks on that one.
Maddie Banks doing a nice job of having some range there. So as an attacker, your number one job is to jump high, hit hard. Your other job is to find a way, and sometimes you got to be creative, some off-speed shots. We've got our first substitution for Austin. Carly Lloyd, Julianne Fawcett coming in as the double sub here.
Lloyd up to serve. Overpass. Back to Fawcett. Fawcett also coming in along with Lloyd. That's kept alive. That's going to be a free ball for Austin. What can they do with this one? Tipped over by Banks. Another tool off the block. Kimberly Drevniak, 8 in green, making this look easy.
It's a battle of wills right there. Using that off-speed shot to get him in trouble a little bit. This substitution for Austin's kind of fun. Carly Lloyd, Olympic medalist, Julianne Fawcett, they're best friends. They're also two of the moms in the league. Carly Lloyd has a young one named Storm. Julianne Fawcett has three little ones at home.
So actual super moms
That's
and
right.
volleyball stars. Eggleston, 3-option pass. That means allowing Carly Lloyd to set any 3 hitters, and she chooses Asia O'Neal.
Impressed with that choice by Carly Lloyd, and Brea O'Reilly was doing the same, but they're getting the middles involved early. Asia O'Neal, an emerging player for USA Volleyball, a hopeful, LA 28.
Big dig, Inoue, one of the international players for Love. Larson taking that with 2 hands. One-on-one, Fawcett beating out Larson. But it's dug and scored. Nebraska getting the point.
Really impressed with Lori Dykma there. That's a ball off the net in transition. You can see she's almost at the 10-foot line and yet has the aggressiveness to set her middle in transition. Cande Herrera, great off-speed shot by her. Both teams getting the middles going early.
Eggleston Struggling, but help from Banks. Eggleston immediately pops out to transition, ready to hit, redeeming herself from that pass.
That pass was way off the net, and a mark of a really good team, or when you're really rolling, is on these out-of-system plays, which means there's usually only one hitter to set. Can you find a way to get a kill? Great swing by Logan Eggleston.
O'Neal back row in this one rotation. Winters going right through the seam of Carly Lloyd.
Yeah, Winters had a great stint with USA Volleyball at the end of this summer, and coaches were impressed with her. Coming in with a chip on her shoulder, ready to really establish herself as a starting outside here for Nebraska.
Short, Eggleston taking over. Back to Drevniak, straight down. Eggleston absolutely denying that ball.
Crushing dreams, as we call it. Logan Eggleston, great patience on that one. Nebraska trying to get the back row going, and Logan Eggleston says, not today.
Eggleston, who her teammate Molly McCage joked around. Eggleston knows how to get in your head. You see it happening already on this block. High ball off the hands, great up. Maddie Banks on that one. Eggleston cannot be stopped. Look at that energy.
We're seeing it again, and this is when great players emerge. These kind of wonky plays, everything's a little bit out of rhythm, and they find a way to dictate their swing. She does a great job of starting slow. Getting a big swing on that.
Back row attack. No, almost kept alive. Effort was there, but too much power from Drevniak.
Volleyball is such a game of rhythm, and one thing Austin is doing is serving short to Nebraska, which often changes the rhythm of the setter and the outside hitter, but Nebraska does a nice job of working through it on that point.
Eggleston again, dug up by Rodriguez. Keep it away from her, but it's a battle at the net. McCage with the flex.
Such a good read by Lexi Rodriguez, just a little tight, and it is a battle of middles here with the joust. You can see Emily Thader turning to find that, and Molly just has a little more leverage. Talk about a true competitor, Molly McCage. In the middle for Austin.
Out of system, tight ball for Nebraska, slammed down. Winters making that out of system ball look so easy.
Nebraska down by 3. We're almost to the red zone. The red zone is 20 points or higher. If Nebraska wants to win set 1, they're going to have to serve aggressively and continue to find ways to get kills in transition.
Nebraska served hard in their practice. Struggled a little bit today, though, in set 1. Tipped over by Eggleston with the jam, just shoving that ball with her hand open over the net.
We can see Austin's first back row set of the match, a little bit out of rhythm, but again, Logan shows off her range, finds some court.
Fan favorite Zoe Jarvis up to serve. Libero, Texas. Out to Larson. No one was anywhere near that ball. High IQ outside.
Great set by Laura Dykema. She got Jordan Larson, the governor, a little bit of space out there. Governor does what she does.
Larson earned the nickname of governor due to her popularity in the state. Probably can't go anywhere in Nebraska without being stopped, I'd imagine.
Truly.
Thader. Deep serve, another missed serve by Nebraska. How much can this be hurting them right now?
Yeah, you know, serving is all about risk reward, and if what you'll see a lot from especially like an undersized, less physical team is you got to take more chances. So the coaching staff for Nebraska might be okay with some of these misses.
It's a big back row, Skinner and Eggleston. Straight down, is this in though? The effort was there, but the governor just can't be stopped. She's all power right now. Larson, 10 on your screen.
Governor is back. She won at Nebraska, again, a 4-time Olympic medalist. She's been one of the best in the world for a long time, and we're seeing here why.
Was her hands. That's going to be a call for Nebraska. Looks like a double is being called on Austin. which you are allowed to double if it stays on your side. That means if you set the ball and you use both hands, an ugly kind of set, it's legal if it stays on your side. Eric Sullivan trying to wonder what's going on.
I think she doubled that one and went over.
An illegal double. So again, you can double the ball if it stays on your side. You cannot double the ball and set to your opponent. Drevniak with a short serve. O'Neal stepping in. Too tight. Out to Banks again. Triple block. Look at that energy. All in the arms of Herrera.
That's right. Herrera says, hey, we can do this too. We're a physical team. Another triple block by Love Nebraska. This is what they have to do. Serve aggressively and then find ways to get points. Jordan Larson, the governor, making her way over to put up a wall.
Out to Banks. All power. No block near that swing.
Maddie Banks and Bria Riley are in a great rhythm. And for Austin to pull this out, they're going to have to continue setting with speed, off serve receive, off of transition. Keep putting pressure on Nebraska.
Short serve. Dumped over. First dump of the match. Meaning the setter throwing that ball over, not setting her hitters. But Drevniak's going to take the kill on this one down the line.
You can feel the energy shifting. Kimberly Drevniak, a competitor. She was on the national team for Germany for a long time, and we're getting in the home stretch here, taking a big cut for her team.
2017-18 season, Drevniak won the German Cup MVP, and Logan on your screen, been working on her serve receive. She's been picked on all day by Nebraska, handling it well early on, and good look at Drevniak taking a break on the bench for this rotation.
Love Nebraska.
Larson up to serve. Deep flow again, picking on Eggleston. Woo! Right in the arms of Herrera. Courtney, you liked that one.
Not today. That is man, how to block 101. You're a middle blocker. There's an inside set. You're going to move inside. Watch his left hand. She just pushes over. She says, no, we got a chance here. Ties it up for her team. What a move.
You get up and you swing like you do.
Yeah, we've seen it.
There
we go.
Stay in it. Let's go.
Austin.
Inside out. Right now.
Let's go.
Julianne Fawcett says, hey, I got this, guys. We got to do what we do. She is the heart and soul of this team. A great teammate. She's been through a lot of battles. Always about, at this point, can we just do what we do?
Eric Sullivan also coached Fawcett. He's known many of these Austin players since they were in high school. So the relationships, the chemistry, very much already there on this Austin team. Setter 17 Purple O'Reilly stepping into an already lethal offense. O'Reilly back setting O'Neal, the slide queen. Outside, off the hands, that was Winters. Slide again by O'Neal. But it's kept alive. Nebraska refuses to let her get the kill. Back set, tipped over. Is it up? Wow. It's up, but it's going back over. Austin scrappy, but just two out of system.
Both teams fighting and clawing for these points. What a rally. Nebraska's doing what they do. Gabby Blossom, one of the biggest competitors here for Nebraska in the match. Keeping her team in rhythm. It wasn't pretty. A little bit of barbecue volleyball, but they are getting after it.
Nebraska's come back. Just 1 point away from set point. Gabby Blossom back set. Set off the head of O'Neal. Big kill on the right side for Nebraska. Now it's going to be set point. Nebraska struggled early on in the first set and has really come back.
Adriana Fitzmaurice on the opposite for Love Nebraska. She's a three-time national champion from Stanford. She knows how to win in these clutch moments.
So does Jordan Larson. Deep float kept alive. Out to Eggleston, but she's pulled in. That does it. Winters, so much power on the outside.
Amazing comeback from Nebraska. You really saw them come to life there, and what was cool, it's quintessential what they need to do all year. Use all of their parts, find a way. Gabby Blossom, Adriana Fitzmaurice come in there and make a huge difference. Put them over the top here in set one.
Nebraska taking set one here in Austin. Alexi Rodriguez, we're going to hear from her when we get back as we wait for set two here in Austin, Texas.
One tip I have would be for liberos, obviously, and for passing, trying to expand your range in serve receive with your angles, specifically like outside of your body. I just think when the game gets faster and people get stronger and more powerful, like the more that you can do outside of your midline is a pretty powerful skill.
Moments away from set two. Courtney, we didn't see Lexi pass too much in the first set, so Austin must be following the serving game plan, I'd imagine.
I don't blame them. You want to keep it away from their best passer, who's largely Lexi Rodriguez. Obviously, the governor, Jordan Larson, is in that conversation as well. Trying to keep it away from both of them.
Starting off the second set, Degema setting back row right now. Eggleston. Thader with the set. Skinner blocked straight down. Emily Thader all over that one.
Maddie Skinner trying to go high hands there, get off the block, but Emily Thader just kept jumping up, 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 gets over the net, crushing dreams here. This is where Bria O'Reilly did a great job of establishing the middle in set one. We'll see if she goes to Molly McCage here, get some rhythm going for Austin.
There we go, the passing. You see why it's so important right now, a serve and pass game.
That's right. One of the challenges for Austin will be that outside hitter. Again, not only getting great swings on the outside, but passing and getting their team in rhythm, giving chances to set the middle, set the opposite.
Inoue coming back with the three-option pass, leading to a kill from Eggleston, but again, starting with that pass from Inoue.
And this is the advantage of Bria O'Reilly setting the middle early, that the block is paying attention to Molly McCage. They're ready for that. And then she flips it back to Logan Eggleston there in rotation one.
Eggleston to serve. Watch out for her back row attacks in this rotation. Tight on the net, off the hands. Banks. And that's in, right down the line.
Maddie Banks, that's a high set. The block is well developed, and she's choosing a great option. I'm going to go high hands. I'm going to use the block. That's really tough to stop for Love Nebraska.
Eggleston serving. Back set, Drevniak getting the kill. Green and 8, been saying her name a lot so far.
I'm a little biased. I was a setter for the USA team, but it is nice to have a lefty opposite out there. What happens when you're off the net, it's just a little bit easier of an angle. You can play a little bit faster. Laura Dykema doing a great job getting her involved.
Great save by Inoue. Back again to Drevniak. Great down though. You talked about it, Courtney. You were at the highest level possible as the setter. How important is it to have that lefty with that feisty personality?
Yeah, it just gives you a little bit more range. Of course, there's some great right-handed opposites in the world, but as a setter, it's a little easier to keep it fast and to set from really far on the court where there's that lefty opposite.
Logan Lutnicki, a big lefty coming into Love this season for Houston. You'll be hearing that name plenty, I can guarantee you. Won the national championship for the Aggies, first time this season.
Very fun player to watch.
Winters up to serve, short. Eggleston's all over it. Skinner makes it look effortless.
She does, she flies, man, and I love that set. You know, Austin hasn't quite found their rhythm yet, and Bria Riley makes a great choice setting their most efficient attacker. Both teams serving each other short, which again, when your passer has to come up, the pass to the setter is faster. It changes the whole rhythm of the hitters. And when you pass well, our setters, Laura Dykema, Bria Riley, have 3 options to set, so it puts a little bit more pressure on the defense. The farther the pass from the net, the less options they have, the easier it is, in theory, to defend.
Easier said loosely.
Yeah.
Out to Banks. Austin doing a good job at avoiding the block the last few points.
Yeah, they're moving it around. One thing we talked about was Eric Sullivan wanted to bring some creativity, and you can notice when the pass is towards the sideline, the right sideline, their outside hitter's actually coming inside. So it's a little bit different angle the blockers are having to try to stop.
Great up by Inoue. Banks tipping this one over, finding the open real estate.
Well, she's had some success with off speed, so she's doing a great job of seeing the court. We're going high hands, we're hitting hard where there's space, and when none of those are available, we're going to put it right in the middle. Good old fire pit is what we call that one. Drops right in the middle of the court.
Drevniak again, 8 in green, can't be stopped, going off the hands this time.
That's right, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nice pass again. Dykema has established Conde Herrera in the middle, so the block is thinking about her. And when they run it quick behind to Drevniak, there's a little more court to hit, a little more space.
8 points for Drevniak so far. Banks.
So Inoue, yeah, this is what great athletes do. She's telling her teammates, hey, the cross is open, and or, hey, I'll take the cross, you go this way. The setter and the
official
libero.
Challenging ball in out.
We've got an official challenge here. Looks like it's Austin's ball. But what Inoue was doing well there, what great setters and great liberos do is that they direct traffic. So the setter is the quarterback of the offense, the point guard. The libero is the quarterback and the point guard of the defense and running things. So they're directing traffic before, during, and after plays.
Inoue has played professionally for 17 years, Japan, Romania, Thailand, about as experienced as a libero can get. Drevniak again. This one's tooled out again by Eggleston's hands. Again, Drevniak 8 in green, going off the hands of Eggleston, getting herself the point.
And she hit that from the back row. That's what elite level volleyball does. You don't only have to worry about the hitters in the front, but also when they're in the back row. Maddie Skinner in the back row for Austin.
Inoue saving Eggleston. This is going to be a free ball for Nebraska. Slide. Eggleston. Eggleston having the bad pass, then demanding to end the point with the kill.
I think she just got fed up. Talk about being competitive. She said, no, give it to me again. A short string set. She finds this angle. We call that 4-4. That's about as nasty as it gets. Great swing by Logan.
Look where that ball lands. How high you have to get on that one.
Almost landed on her face. Playing a little defense over there. Great swing again by Conde. The great middle is Conde does this really well, whether in serve receiver transition. She stays off the net so she can actually see where the block is, where they're dropping. Her vision is what allows her to have such a great range.
You're watching the inaugural match of Season 2 of Love, USA Network. Big day. One of the best leagues in the world. Eggleston again, bouncing balls in the gym.
That is a tough play to stop. That pass was close to position 4, where Logan is on the outside. Bri O'Reilly is really close to that hitter. So what they do is run actually faster. A really tough one to defend. Great rhythm by those two.
Set outside of Winters, tipped over. No one's getting that ball up. Again, this is a rematch of the finals from the inaugural season. Austin didn't have the best season starting off. Came back and swept Nebraska for the finals. You're watching the inaugural match, Season 2 on USA Network. Short ball. Free, awkward play, but it's going to be allowed. Nebraska getting that ball, trying to get Austin out of system right now.
This is exactly what Nebraska wants to do. They're serving tough. Austin isn't even able to get a swing on that. Nebraska gets a free ball and is able to turn it. They're creating the opportunities that they want with a lot of service pressure.
Free ball for Nebraska. What can they do with this one? Winters straight down again.
And in this row, we're seeing Nebraska serve short, getting Austin in a lot of trouble here.
We're going to break, but when we come back, Madison Skinner, right side for Austin. You'll hear from her, one of the biggest faces you got to know for volleyball. Austin right side and Madison Skinner already leading the way with 6 points so far.
She's clearly been the go-to hitter for Austin, and somewhere when Bri Riley, when the team's struggling, we're always going to go find Madison Skinner, who's able to make plays when it's hard to. Take some great cuts in and out of rhythm here.
Big topic is how high Skinner jumps. Look at that touch right there. How high in the air she is, touching 11-2, reaching past the basketball goal, but more importantly, almost reaching Not just 3 Longhorns, 3 Beavos. That's
Let's
how
go.
high up she's getting, Courtney.
Let's go. She jumps 40 inches off the floor, 40-inch vertical, which is similar to Saquon Barkley jumping over defenders, Michael Jordan dunking from the free throw line. She's an incredible athlete.
I know everyone has that image of Saquon in their head after that reference. You're watching League One Volleyball on USA Network. Outside again, a Skinner. Must have hurt us. Coming out of the break with a kill.
When you need a kill, who better to call? Madison Skinner. Great pass by Logan Eggleston. It is not easy to get served every single ball as a passer. Both teams have been aggressive serving short. Let's see if Logan Eggleston pops one in here.
Eggleston, the top scorer currently for Austin with 8 points. Tipped over by Drevniak. Bella Bergmark in. She's not allowing that one to pass. Up, but it's over again. Austin getting a little lucky. Thader had that one freebie in her hands, but hit it out.
Love Nebraska thinking about challenging that one. Emily Thader was so excited on that overpass, jumped a little high, actually got that on the way down. We call that the paintbrush. You swing, you just get the bottom of the ball.
Paintbrush, gotta love it. Susie Fritz, head coach for Nebraska. Spent many years at Kansas State, then coached at Arkansas, and now has made her way to the pros. Eggleston up to serve. Outside, straight down. Bella Bermark and Maddie Skinner, former Texas teammates. You can see picking up right where they left off.
Right, just putting up a wall. You know, great blockers have great eye work. Bella Bergmark does a nice job of being patient and just reacting to what she sees.
Tipped over, getting past Bergmark. And Texas head coach Jarrett Elliott always said that Bergmark did a good job at reaching over to her pins, really teaching the players how to block. But Emily Thader, 2 in green, that's the biggest test you could be across the net from.
Yeah, and Laura Dykeman's doing a great job of finding her as well. Both middles from both sides are getting going here.
Nebraska ace, they've been looking for that one, reaching Eggleston. And Logan said that she's been working on her serve receive. 33 in purple. She said, my ticket to the Olympics, I have to get better in serve receive. You can see Nebraska picking on her a lot so far. She handles this one though. Skinner, straight through the seam. Split in that block, those open hands, leaving that hole for her.
Yeah, I can't say enough about Logan Eggleston and accepting challenge. The only way to get good at something is to be in a lot of hard situations, try new things, figure out how to bounce back. And volleyball is a game of errors, and it's the athletes that can respond well that tend to become their best.
3-option pass. Thader going straight for O'Reilly.
On the flip side, Love Nebraska is passing incredibly well. And if you pass well again, you often have 3 hitters, if not 4 hitters at this level, to set every single time. And it's just really hard to stop defensively.
Short float by Thader. Back to Skinner off the net, so she rolls. And she gets the kill with a little flair to that one.
What a great swing by Madison Skinner. They're out of system. The serve was so short that Maddie Banks had to come get this thing, and you can see she can't even get up in time to hit. So now Austin has 2 hitters. Madison Skinner a little bit off the net, out of rhythm. Again, uses that off-speed shot.
Skinner with a short float. Drevniak, another kill. Drevniak now leads the gym with 11 points. This lefty on your screen really has done no wrong so far.
We'll see if Drevniak drops in a short serve here. Austin is in rotation 4, which means the setter is in front row, the front left. They have 2 hitters. So if one gets taken out, that's the idea on that short serve.
Skinner flying in. Is this one going to be called out or in? Skinner said, no, that was in. Yep, and she gets her call. Haven't seen too many back row attacks from Skinner.
That's right.
Something Eric Sullivan's seen many times.
Again, that's an elite level play right there. You have 2 hitters in the front row. Madison Skinner is going to be one of the best hitters from the back row as well. Great set by Bria O'Reilly.
Back row attack again from Banks. Bria O'Reilly really liking that back row set right now.
I've been impressed with Banks. She's a great player that just seems to be good over time and maybe isn't the flashiest, but finds a way to hit angles, continues to be available in transition. It's kind of like basketball. You work hard off the ball, you're going to have more opportunities, and she's doing an incredible job tonight.
Courtney, you set in the Olympics twice. So as a setter, when do you decide to set your back row players?
Ooh. Oh, man, there's this
Not
cool
to
moment.
put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I like it. There's a cool moment as a setter where you kind of know the best options, and then this moment of silence, and it's just this intuition. And if you've got a great hitter in the back row, you want to attack some space, and the block's not ready, it's a great time.
Block able to avoid that one. Herrera looking for the hands, not able to get it.
This is fun as a setter. Laura Dykma, oftentimes if you make an error, it's nice to repeat that hitter. So let's see if Laura does that.
Outside, tipped over by Larson. O'Neal blocking as she's coming down on her jump. What a feeling that must be, Asia O'Neal to block one of the greats, Jordan Larson.
Yeah. Most of these athletes grew up, you know, in college and high school watching Jordan Larson in the Olympics, the governor. They've talked about how fun it is to get to play against one of the best in the world and now be a part of it.
Like move around a little bit in front, but maybe it's not running as much. Yeah, and we like the D maybe a little bit better than the C with it. You know?
Let's go. Here, right here. Let's go.
We're in a very good spot. Let's go.
Susie Fritz talking to her setter about what might be the best option. When Laura's front row, there's two hitters, and Nebraska
Let's go. Keep it up.
keeps that middle hitter in front a little bit more because they've got the lefty Kimberly Drevnia on the opposite.
Chest out. Let's go. Come on, hero. Green.
Go for it. Go for it.
Let's go. Keep it aggressive. Here we go.
And we'll see what she does coming out of this timeout. Obviously talking through a little bit of strategy, a little bit of tactics, if they have a good pass. Susie Fritz telling her, hey, let's run the D, which means lefty Drevniak is going to be closer to the sideline. The C is a little bit more inside. Wouldn't be surprised if Conde Herrera stays in front of the setter, and then we got a D and, of course, the governor on the outside.
For those just joining us, that's Courtney Thompson, the actual encyclopedia of volleyball, sitting next to me, two-time Olympic medalist. I'm Shelby Coppage, and that was Logan Eggleston, another kill, and that's an Olympic hopeful, 33 in purple, one of the best hitters in the nation. National championship, four-time All-American at Texas.
That's right, ton of success in college, and she's in her third year as a pro, looking to really establish herself at this level. And no way better to do that than by playing the best.
Blossom finding Herrera. It's going to be a back row attack in the net, though, from Skinner. And Skinner hadn't played too much on the right side until pro in the inaugural season last year for Love.
Yeah, I think it was another decision of, hey, what's the best chance I have to make the LA Olympic team? And she feels like it's going to be special for her, a little more runway to be on the opposite, on the right side.
Eggleston. How much power can you get?
That's right, and Asia O'Neal back to serve for Austin, and if Austin wants to pull this one out, 6 points to 25, they're going to have to keep this momentum. They're heating up a little bit, create some opportunities by serving tough and getting good swings in transition.
Back set off the hands. And scoring on Asian O'Neal. That was Fitzmaurice, 12 in green.
That's right, and this is where Nebraska took off last time, that double sub, so that means you put a setter in the back row for the opposite that was there, and then you put the opposite in the front row for the setter. We've got Adriana Fitzmaurice blocking, hoping to crush some dreams up there. Gabby Blossom in the back row, setting the offense.
Big block, Birdmark was all over it. Again, Birdmark right to left, the footwork hunting that ball down.
So impressed with Bella Bergmark. It is, you know, you come off the bench, I did that a lot on Team USA, you come off the bench and you just want to make a difference. It's easy to just get all fired up and be fast. She has a great way of just really reacting to what she sees. She's calm under pressure. That's what the great ones do.
Austin, first one of that red zone mark again. That's the 20-point mark in a set, rolling over. Tight for Skinner, off the hands. Gabby Blossom goes back to the outside. That one's out. Austin taking over slowly. Again, it's the inaugural match for season 2 of Love. This is a rematch between the finals of last year. Austin swept Nebraska. League One Volleyball on USA Network. Leo Riley up to serve.
And you know you're cooking. You're in a great rhythm. If off of a dig and defense, you're setting the quick hitter. Austin right now is rolling. You can feel the momentum. That is what volleyball is. It's a game of momentum. And for Nebraska to make a comeback here, they're going to have to find some sense of rhythm again and just get a higher quality of swings. Too many errors here late in the set.
Eggleston, you cannot overpass to her. She's going to put it straight down your face.
Woo! One of the best setters ever from Team Canada, Bria Riley with a short serve. That's about as textbook as it gets. That barely cleared the net, and then Logan Eggleston takes advantage.
Nebraska clawing their way, trying to reach that red zone mark. Again, 20 points means you're in the red zone. But Austin just 2 points away from taking set 2. Nebraska took the first set.
Dyke must serve short here a few times. We'll see if she does it again.
Back to Skinner. Drevniak. Woo! Again, moving that ball all around the block.
What an angle by Drevniak. You can see Bella Bergmark, the middle for Austin, is working so hard to get there fast, moving left, but then Drevniak hits to her right. It's a really hard move. Great shot.
12 points for Drevniak so far, leading the gym in kills. Again, another missed serve for Nebraska. That's going to take Austin to set point. Logan Eggleston at the service line. Now remember, she's also a back row threat from this rotation as well. Fans on their feet. Logan Eggleston ending the second set with an ace.
Austin coming alive. Coming alive there, being more aggressive, a little fewer errors here in set 2. And this is a cool thing about volleyball. We're playing to 25. It's best of 5 sets. Every time you get to kind of reset, recalibrate. We'll see how both teams respond here in set 3.
Eggleston, one of the top scorers, right behind Skinner right now. Doing it all, showing she can even serve Nebraska off the board as well. And we are soon talking to Lexi Rodriguez, one of the many stars, the Nebraska libero, Lexi Rodriguez. Lexi, thanks so much for your time. What was the message for your team in mid-first set when you were struggling a little bit?
Yeah, I think obviously it's our first game, so just settling in, and I think a sense of urgency, but also like that calmness was important for us, especially through the middle of that first set.
Totally. Lexi, you guys are battling. It's so fun to watch. What do you need to do here in set 3 to take this one?
I think just handle the little plays. I think we let a few of the long rallies get away from us, so just knowing our responsibilities and taking care of our jobs.
Awesome. Thank you, Lexi. Keep having fun.
Thank you.
Nebraska not able to verify that first set. Austin taking the second one, and you can hear the band playing The Eyes of Texas Are Upon You, but Nebraska's trying to shut that down. Again, Austin swept Nebraska for the finals of the inaugural season, but this is the inaugural match of season 2. Love Volleyball on USA Network. Just a minute, we'll be at set 3 soon.
Let's go.
You're watching the inaugural match of League One Volleyball for Season 2 on USA Network. And going into set 3, Madison Skinner has 11 points for her team so far. Head over to Madison.
Madison, you're so fun to watch. You guys are coming alive here in set 2. What do you need to do to take set 3?
I think just keep the service pressure up. That's what was working for us, especially in set 1, and then kind of died off a little bit in set 2. So I think keeping that service pressure on and trying to keep them out of the system as much as we can.
Let's go. Have fun. Thank you, Madison.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Courtney, take us through your chase scouting report.
Yeah, well, she said it. Both sides are trying to serve aggressively. And in set 1, Nebraska came out and they did what they were hoping to do. They got them in trouble, in passing trouble. They were able to find creative ways to get some kills. They're going to have to make less errors in set 3 if they want to win. And Austin really, again, coming alive. They're serving tough, which allows them to crush dreams, first of all, at the net and spread out their offense. So if they're passing well, they're getting those middles going. We saw a little bit of back row attacking as well. They have so many weapons. If they can just have some ball control, they're going to be really tough to stop.
Austin dropped that first set, but came back the second one, and it just feels like you're at a Texas match right now. The crowd is playing. The eyes of Texas are upon you. Nebraska is absolutely in the lion's den right now. You can see the Austin players fully coming alive here at home.
That's right. It feels good to be in season 2. What a fun time. The athletes are coming alive. They've been working hard all year long, and now we get to get after it.
Set 3 on the way. Both teams have switched sides. Winters. Eggleston getting the chance. What a rally this is. First point of set 3. It's going to be a free ball. And a free ball. Is that going to be a kill for Eggleston, putting that ball over? A little awkward play for Nebraska.
Good point. It's a free ball. Emily Thader was kind of in an awkward spot, a middle play in that. And again, both teams are trying to play fast, and speed can kill. It's tough to stop, but it's tougher to run offensively. So we saw a little mishap there.
Slide attack on Thader. Getting the hands of Eggleston. Again, slide is when the middle runs behind the setter, which Thader does perfectly.
Thader does a great job of letting that set get past her so she can see the outside hands of that block and gets after it.
Alongside two-time Olympic medalist Courtney Thompson, I'm Shelby Coppage. Set 3 of the inaugural match of season 2 for League One. In again to Thader. Back set to Skinner. And Rodriguez can run this perfectly. Brevniak blocked straight down. No Nebraska player able to cover that one.
Woo! Logan Eggleston, great read by her. She just loads up on this hitter. You can see she's kind of leaning on that left foot. She knows where it's going to go. She's going to make this epic block move. She says, again, not today.
And now she's up at the service line. Ended set 2 on an ace. Drevniak going through the split. Don't see that often from Bella Bergmark. Drevniak showing her confidence.
I love that set by Laura Dykma. We go back to Drevniak. She just got blocked. That's not always the most fun thing as a hitter. As a setter, you choose to go back to them, show them, hey, you got this, we got confidence in you. Drevniak earns it.
Deep float by Winters. Bergmark, that confidence again. She missed the block and her setter goes right to her for the offense.
Yeah, so impressed with Bergmark, how she's coming off the bench, not only defensively, but being available on offense. Both teams passing well enough to set their middles. Again, if you establish that early, it opens up everything else later because the defense is so concerned about the middle. It's hard to get out to the outside.
Tight pass. O'Neal ready for that one.
So Laura, the setter, is back row. And she jumped up to try to set it, but it ended up going over. So technically it's like a front row attack, which you're not allowed to do if you are in the back row. When she's in the back row, she's got 3 front row hitters.
Bergmark back row in this rotation. Banks just taking that freebie, putting it away.
Madison Skinner talked about serving tough, and they are executing the game plan right here. Again, Nebraska's in rotation 2. This middle is going to have to come around in front of the setter, and you see Bergmark is serving there short, or intending to anyway.
Bergmark in the net, served Lexi Rodriguez before that one, who overpassed the ball, something you don't see too often.
There's been a great rotation with Emily Thader serving. It's got a nice float serve. A float serve's a lot like a knuckleball in baseball. You hit it right, it just kind of wobbles on you. You're not sure which way it's going to go. Incredibly hard to pass.
Susie Fritz giving Lexi Rodriguez some words of advice before Lexi goes back on the court. Madison Skinner up to serve. Herrera off of Inone.
And that's the key. When Nebraska's passing well, again, they're able to run through the middle of the court. It's opening everything up. Especially, we've got some of the best hitters in the world on Nebraska, but if you're not as physical, it's a lot easier to get kills when there's space. Passing well helps you do that.
Slide by Asia O'Neal, the slide queen from Texas. But the Governor's all over it. Austin, how do they keep this ball alive? Back out to Larson. Is that ball in? It's out. Larson getting the attacking kill off the hands.
And this is what the Governor does. We got some pinball action over here. Inui makes an incredible read. Somehow it stays alive. Not always pretty again, but they got it over. And the Governor hit it hard. She said, that didn't work. I got another solution. I'll go off the block.
Drevniak up to serve. Off the net. O'Neal, though, is all over it. O'Neal again. You cannot overpass Asia O'Neal.
Asia O'Neal, great job being patient there as a blocker. Occasionally get these ones that come over. It's harder than it looks in overpass. You got to time it right. Try not to hit the net. He said, don't come around here.
Thank you for watching the inaugural match of Season 2 for Love, USA Network. Rematch of the finals from last season. Nebraska was swept by Austin. But Jordan Larson making sure that doesn't happen again. Nebraska took the first set. Testing Austin here in the third.
Jordan Larson's got a great float serve. Again, that knuckleball. She can either drive it and it kind of floats up on you, or she's got also a really nice short serve. It's really hard to tell the difference as a receiver. Bria Riley with the joust. Setters love to get in the action up at the net, either hitting or blocking. One of the leaders again for Team Canada, 1 game away from making the Paris Olympics, looking to qualify for LA. Bria Riley's been a huge part of that program.
Drevniak again, going off the hands. Any rotation she can score at, clearly.
That's tough ball when it's not a perfect pass and you're setting back row. It's an even more challenging swing. Great job by Drevniak to put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Herrera. Back row attack from Skinner. And she's gonna go save that one. It's gonna have to be a free ball. Austin keeps it alive. Slide. Fader right behind her setter.
The setter and me got a little fired up there. Great effort by Madison Skinner. Not only does she hit out of the back row, she's covering all these balls, but Nebraska able to get a quick one. Emily Thader again behind.
The Austin crowd loved that save over the net. Back row attack tipped over. Larson tipping back over, but Skinner flying in. Logan Eggleston.
Running with speed, so much space. What an incredible set. A nice dig by Madison Skinner. And it was enough to keep her team in rhythm, and Logan Eggleston took advantage of that.
Eggleston always has been an Austin crowd favorite. Sounding like Gregory Jim in here every time she goes up and hits that ball down. Again, Gregory Jim is where the Texas Longhorns play for now. Lexi Rodriguez owning that one. Emily Thader making that one work right over the net.
Yeah, this is Nebraska. If they want to win this set in the whole match, they're going to have to continue to get those middles going. And Dykma knows it. That set's a little bit off the net. But she's going to force that middle and see what they can do, and it worked out that time. Certainly that works too. Just as planned, right off the net for an ace. You'll see in this rotation, Austin's in rotation 1, the setter's in position 1. Madison Skinner is in the left corner. She's gonna have to run all the way over to the opposite. She's hustling to get a good swing on the ball.
Logan Eggleston using every tool in the toolbox, constantly moving the ball around with all kinds of hits.
It's a great swing. That sets a little bit inside. So as a defender, you stop early, try to stop that hard hit, but Logan says, I got range. I can go down the line.
Outside of Winters and off the hand. She's gonna get that point.
Nebraska is at its best when they're running with speed, and that's the rhythm they want to see. Jaylee Winters has a heavy arm, a good range, but she's at her best when it's running pretty fast.
Winters, the 4-time All-American from Creighton University, remains the program's most decorated athlete ever. Eggleston right into the block. ISO situation. Thader shutting the hottest hitter in the gym down. Emily Thader doing it in style. It's set 3. Nebraska, Austin facing off for the rematch of the Love Finals.
You know, Austin, you look so good on the video board, and I see you in the stands. You're looking pretty good. I've heard that noise, but it's the 3rd set, and I think we can take it to a whole nother level. I've got some mini volleyballs, but you have to make some noise and earn it, so let me hear it. Don't worry, you guys are not smart. We'll make it up for you. More, we need more. Who wants a volleyball? Looks like we're not just across the bar. Who wants it? Who wants it? Oh, I don't know.
Logan Eggleston, the Austin outside, the top scorer in the gym, leading with 15 points. And this is her moments of confidence presented by Skims.
She's been coming alive offensively, taking really tough swings in and out of the system. And I can't say enough about it. You know, you're making these tough swings, these tough blocks, when you're getting served every single ball and still finding a way to add value to your team, even with the ups and downs of passing well and not passing well. That's what great players do. She's battling through this, and it's only going to make her and her team better. Hitting 474. Get out of here. That is really impressive.
And what's the good mark to be at for hitting, Courtney?
I mean, if an outside hitter's hitting 300, that is an exceptional match. A little bit like baseball, but 474 is next level.
Drevniak beating out a perfectly set block, finding that line.
Drevniak coming out with a little fire here after the timeout. Nebraska's a playful team. They get along really well, but they also have an edge. And I think if they're able to find that balance throughout the season, they're going to do some damage.
Eggleston getting out of the way for Inoue. Tipped over. Thader. Big up, Dykma. Is this one called out? That's going to be a tool. Nebraska going off the block, making that ball go out.
Just Nebraska great to Nebraska great. Dykma with the dig. A tough tip, and you see Lexi Rodriguez here with the set. Such an important part of volleyball is that second contact. Putting that ball up to the net so someone can hit it.
Back row attack coming in. Logan Edelston getting stuffed right back in her face.
That was a read only the governor could make. She was ready for that one. A great look on the setter, Jordan Larson, number 10 for Nebraska. Putting a double block against a back row hitter is not easy.
Opposite out, and you stay off the bro, right? We're just going to, everything we have.
That direction, you're trying to cut back and go get those balls.
Nice job, girl.
Nice.
Come take all my
You got good eyes.
You're doing great. Nice job, girl. Keep it up, keep it up. Let's go. Nice job, girl. Hey, all day.
Here, let's go.
Logan
Yeah, let's go.
Eggleston hit that ball into the block, almost hit her face. She's not about to let Thader show that she was hurt. And again, Thader Green in 2 was hit in the face during practice, came back. I heard her say to her teammate, when you get hit in the face, that's when you go back in and you absolutely kill it.
I love it. I love the fire on both sides of the net. Eggleston, one of the most competitive people. Jaylee Winters leading her team here from the service line. You can see Nebraska has all the momentum right now. And for them to really lock in set 3, they got to keep putting the pressure. You got the gas pedal down. Do not let up.
Over. Austin keeping his ball alive. But it's going to be called 4. So originally thought Jordan Larson, 10 and green, touched the ball, but maybe she did. But if she did, the ref did not catch it. That's going to be called 4 touches for Austin. Again, you can only have 3 touches before sending it over to your opponent.
She looks happy about it either way.
And Bella Birdmark's going to come back with redemption for that call.
Great job by Birdmark. That was a short serve. It kind of hit the net, a low pass, and she does a good job of seeing how quick that is and being available for her hitter. And Bree O'Reilly, I can't say enough about the way she's finding the middles right now.
Drevniak again tipping this one and getting the kill. That's going to be 15 points for Drevniak, tying with Eggleston, turning into the Eggleston-Drevniak battle.
That's right. You can see Drevniak here a little bit off the net, and she has a way of finding some gaps. Skinner's not happy about it. Those are the easy plays that as a defense, especially when you're down 6, down 7. You got to make those plays.
Maddie Banks putting that ball away when her team needs it the most.
Yeah, Austin's down 6 here. They're going to have to find a lot of momentum, a lot of aggressiveness, and no one better to do that than Carly Lloyd, Julianne Fawcett. Carly Lloyd's uncle raised her, taught her volleyball. He was an American Gladiator Turbo. You remember watching that back in the 80s and 90s.
And I know Courtney won't tell our viewers, but your brother was a Navy SEAL. So you're saying it runs in the blood of these pro players.
Right.
Your family, got it. Gotta love it. You're watching the inaugural match of season 2 for Love on USA Network. This is a rematch of the finals from last season. Austin swept Nebraska, but Nebraska took set 1 here in Austin. Eggleston with a 3-option pass. Dykema all over that one. She's not liking that call, going directly to the up ref.
That set was a little tight by Lloyd, and Julianne Fawcett, being the great teammate she does, tried to play that. She might have hit it before it hit Nebraska.
Touch.
Nebraska's going to challenge that. Again, Nebraska's challenging a touch. Did it hit Julianne on the way out, or did it just go out of bounds? Looked like that might have got her.
Well, it looks like the ball changes direction completely. It was going towards the middle of the court. Then after it goes by Fawcett, it goes outside the court. And you saw Dykema, 14 in green, immediately run to the up ref. And this player's played pro since she was 16.
Yeah.
So she is no stranger for fighting for her point she believes in.
That's right. She's been on the Netherlands national team for a long time. And Julianne Fawcett, she's a singer, not an actress. So I don't know if she pulled that one off. It is a touch. Must have gotten her elbow on the way out. point, Nebraska. But Carly Lloyd is an Olympic medalist, won a bronze, so has got to be on her team in the Rio Olympics, and she's tough. That one didn't go her way, but let's see if she can get her team a few points here.
Drevniak, again, constantly picking on Eggleston so far as serve received. She's been handling it, tipped over by Fawcett. Outside, the Governor taking two hands, run through by Eggleston. Asia O'Neal. Asia O'Neal on that shoot, avoiding all the blockers' hands, loving that one. And her dad, Jermaine O'Neal, has to absolutely love that one. That's Jermaine and her mom, Nisha. Jermaine, six-time NBA All-Star, and no big deal, Courtney. He is 6'11", and Asia's 6'3". So Jermaine makes Asia look small.
Incredible. Beautiful family in every single way, and so fun to watch him watch his daughter. Of course, Jermaine Jr., Asia's brother, is a basketball star at SMU. A lot of good things happening in Texas here.
That ball's gonna be called out.
So Austin's down 8 here in set 3. It's looking bleak. Sometimes as an offense, you're just trying to find your rhythm again. Can we make a few plays, not do anything to win it all back, to just get back to good? Hoping they can find that before set 4.
Wide open net for Fawcett. Not only does she beat out the block in front, but she tests Rodriguez at the left back as well.
One of the things Bria Riley said about Julianne Fawcett, she's like, I don't know, just whenever I'm with her, whenever I'm on her team, I just feel like we can always win. And that's a beautiful part of her heart, her spirit, and we're seeing it right now.
O'Neal up to serve. Look out for Nebraska to pick on her in the back row.
Nebraska just playing with a lot of freedom and looseness right now. Everything's kind of going their way.
Yeah, you're right. Austin's looking a little tight, but Molly McCage, the middle blocker, talked about how their strength so far is being loose, experimenting with their offense. Why is Austin looking so tight right now?
Yeah, it's one thing to do it in training. I think when you get challenged the first time and learning how to, you know, express your skills and be yourself under pressure, and all these guys have done this many times, but kind of putting together as a team, not always easy.
Keeping that one alive. It's going to be out to Eggleston, tight. Back to Drevniak, short. What can Lloyd do with this one? She finds her outside. Eggleston beating out Vader's hands.
They're heating up. Anything's possible with Koto and Inoue on your team. Look at this. We call this a pancake. Bring out the syrup. She gets just under that. Great set, and who better to kill it than Logan Eggleston, just on fire tonight, trying to get her rhythm back. The double sub, Julianne Fawcett, Carly Lloyd got going there at the end. Let's see if Bria O'Reilly, Madison Skinner can continue the momentum. You never know. It's 15-22. All of a sudden, Austin gets 1 or 2 more points. Maybe they're in this thing.
Slide coming in from Thader. And again, Emily Thader has shown great connection with Diagon the whole match.
And this
so
is
far.
an adjustment that Nebraska's done. They were getting served short, and instead of Emily Thader, the middle, taking that, Lexi was ready. She said, I got it. I'll pass. Dykma sets, you go hit this thing. Great adjustment by Nebraska to handle these short serves.
Dykma serving, so she's a back row setter. That means she can't jump at the front and dump. Big kill by Maddie Banks from the back row.
Great run by her, great set by Bria O'Reilly. Emily Thader, the middle, was so concerned about Bella Bergmark, she was fronting her, which means there was no one in the middle of the court. Bria O'Reilly felt that. That outside hitter in the back row had a ton of space.
Out to Skinner. Cut shot. Ooh. Nebraska saying this ball's out. That's going to be a challenge.
Officials challenging ball in out.
And the referee is self-challenging this one. And it's going to be Austin's point.
That is what makes Madison Skinner so tough to stop. She just got an incredible range. It's about 11 feet right on the sideline.
You know you're good when the ref even questions themselves.
That's right.
If the ball wasn't around. That's how fast Skinner's hitting. Go look at her on your screen. And back to Eggleston, the other explosive pin hitter for Austin. Rodriguez absorbing that one. but a little too tight. Eggleston, the fact that you can ace Lexi Rodriguez, one of the best passers in the world, things must be going right for you.
That's right. And we'll see if Logan Eggleston goes back to her. She's trying to get that seam. We don't want to serve at a passer. She's trying to get in between the governor and Lexi Rodriguez.
Yeah, didn't think she'd go to Rodriguez twice. What a hit. Is this up? Austin's going to get this one.
And this is exactly what Austin wanted. They're putting the pressure, their momentum, you can feel it. This crowd's going crazy. And now we'll see if Nebraska can just get back to good and execute one side out.
To the middle, okay? We are creating this short court, long court situation right now, and it just makes it too easy on them, okay? Pass the ball nice and high, even if it's a little bit off, it gives us a chance, okay?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Let's go. Right here. Keep it up, guys.
Let's go.
Stop, Jay. Here we go.
Susie Fritz telling, hey, give us some time. Laura Dykma, when she has time, she's able to keep her hitters in rhythm. Nebraska needs one side out, but the tougher the serve, the better the block, and Maddie Banks makes a great read, dropping her hands in there. And volleyball is a game of momentum, so whether it's a set, whether it's a play, can we let the last one go and just be present and get this next one?
Eggleston again. Tipped over by Winters. Skinner tipping back, and she's going to get that one. Fader not able to close that block in time.
And this is interesting. So Laura has gone, she's set Drevniak on the opposite. She's now gone outside to Jaylee. We used to call this the ABC setting. It's, you know, it'd be easy to think, well, let me try the middle. We don't want to be reactive as setters. So we'll see if she repeats one or tries to get back to Emily in the middle.
Bader hoping that ball's in, and Austin trying to convince it's out. It's going to be a challenge on that one.
Going back to her hot hit.
Officials challenging ball in or out.
So was this ball in or out? The crowd is insisting it was, and this place has packed quickly. Austin is a great home base for volleyball. A little hard to see here, but what do you think, Courtney?
I'm going to call this one. Oh, I think that's in.
I think it's in.
I think it got a piece of it. It's a great swing by Emily Thader. Middles, we always want to hit hard, but sometimes deep court, and it's in for Nebraska, the side out they needed.
Set point for Nebraska. Both teams passed that red zone 20-point mark. Austin went on some momentum runs, but Nebraska reached that set point much quicker, had the lead most of the set. Winters. Good pass by Eggleston. Skinner. Austin trying to come back. Big hit by Skinner.
Nice high hit. Lexi making a great effort there. Not quite enough. Let's see if Bergmark can get a run, bring her team back into this thing.
Larson looking for that line shot, but goes a little too wide. Austin chipping away at this deficit.
Four-time Olympic medalist, she's gonna go for it in these moments. She's been in so many. Wouldn't be surprised to see Laura set it back to the governor.
Bergmark. Good pass. Drevniak. And it's off the block. Nebraska taking the third set. They dropped the second. And remember, this team was swept in the finals from Austin last season. They came into Texas refusing to let that happen again. It's the inaugural match of season 2 for Love. Nebraska taking set 3. But it's not over yet. We're going to at least 4 here in Austin, Texas. Love Austin, hoping to take this one when we come back. Moments away from set 4. Nebraska leads 2-1 here in Austin, Texas. And the middle blockers for Love were representing the league at the Critics' Choice Awards. Atlanta middle Amber Ejidi was working it. You better work, Amber. I love this. And then Haley Washington, one of the best to ever do it. Oh, yes, ma'am. This middle blocker.
Not only incredible athletes, they have fun in these situations. And just another example of how Love is growing past just the sport of volleyball. It's a cultural phenomenon. It's so fun to be a part of volleyball right now.
Well, and these players are stars too. Skinner, Rodriguez, so many of them. Carol from Brazil. These are famous players. Larson on your screen, one of the most decorated USA players in the world. They deserve to be at those Critics' Choice Awards and to have a seat at those tables. Dykem up to serve. Set 4 begins. This is the inaugural match of season 2 for Love on USA Network. This is a rematch of the finals from last season. Nebraska was swept, but so far they are leading 2-1 here in Austin. Eggleston has been the one to pull Austin out of those low moments so far this match.
That's right. When in doubt, whether it's in rhythm, out of system, high, fast, Logan's finding a way, and she's competing exactly what her teammates said she does best.
Eggleston leading Austin with 16 points. Been facing off with Drevniak on the right side, who has 17 points. And a big change, Zoe Jarvis in the libero jersey. The star libero played at Austin and UCLA and Santa Barbara, but finished her career at Texas. Getting settled in so far.
That's right. Zoe Fleck, League One volleyball's acrobat. Likes to get after it. Spending time in California on the beach, swinging around.
Free ball for Nebraska. Fader again. Nebraska's had so much success when they run through Fader.
Yeah, when they've been at their best, I would say over 30% of their offense is running through the middle, and it just, again, opens up those outsides so well. Austin's been doing it as well, set in the middle, not only in the front row, but the back row.
Nebraska with another miss serve. That's been an issue for Nebraska in that first set. Bella Birdmark looking to go on a run against Susie Fritz's team. Larson blocked. Out to Drevniak. Was there a touch on that one? They're going to keep playing. Sending this one over to Austin. O'Neal. Asia with the kill.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bria Riley is going to continue to try to feed Asia O'Neal, get her as many sets as they can, both off serve receive when they're passing and also out of defense. Asia O'Neal again in her 3rd pro season. Dad Jermaine O'Neal, an NBA star, as we talked about. The sky's the limit for her, no doubt, and LA hopeful.
Outside of Larson, Maddie Skinner denying Larson. I can't imagine what Skinner feels after that one.
Yeah, I think she liked that one.
Oh yeah, she's licking her lips.
Try not to smile. That set's a little low. Dykem might have want to have that one back, and the governor, Jordan Larson, most decorated U.S. Olympian of all time in volleyball. Didn't have much to do there.
Larson is the Tom Brady of volleyball. Nasia O'Neal making a name for herself in the professional space. You cannot overpass her.
We're seeing this play a lot. You know, Madison Skinner talked about serving tough, and this is why. It just makes it a lot easier to score a point. And as a passer, again, it's a lot of pressure to get served every ball, and we'll see how Jaylee Winters continues to respond.
Fader passing this one. Drevniak going through the block, but it's kept alive. Really out of system on both sides right now. Austin trying to reset. Rodriguez out to Drevniak. That's going to be off the hands. Another kill for Kimberly Drevniak. 18 points for her so far.
We talked about Nebraska finding solutions, and this is the name of the game. Out of defense, when you get a dig, can you create an opportunity? And this set by Lexi Rodriguez is the essence of volleyball. Can we get good swings in these out-of-system challenging moments? Drevniak able to take it home.
Zoe Jarvis with this one. O'Neal looking like she's played with her setter O'Reilly her whole life.
That was nasty. Bria O'Reilly way off the net, just puts that thing on a string, and credit to Asia O'Neal for staying open. Look how far off the net this is. Stays open, creates space, sees the gap and says, let's go.
Crowd loved that one. Tipping, Asia O'Neal putting the finger up saying, no, you're not crossing this one.
I like the fire. We want to see more of this. These guys are the best in the world. They're competing hard. We love to see it. Asia O'Neal hitting 600 right now. She's killing 6 out of 10 balls. If I'm Bria O'Reilly, I'm going to find her as much as possible.
Open net by Drevniak. O'Neal a little late to that one, and Drevniak's going to punish her for that.
And the key for Nebraska is their speed. So when they're able to pass well, they can run fast. It is really hard, as you saw there. Even Asia O'Neal, who is incredibly fast. Tough to close that block.
3-option pass by Eggleston. Out to Larson. Doing what she does, getting those kills.
One of the reasons Jordan Larson is the best player to play for USA Volleyball ever, 4-time Olympian. She can get on a ball really fast, and there's times she can just hang, and it almost like she has a whole nother toolbox offensively. She hung on that one, found some hands.
Triple block, beat over by Banks. Back row attack from Drevniak, off the hands. Can she get it? And she gets the kill. Again, you're watching the inaugural match for season 2 of Love.
Great effort here by Madison Skinner. She's going for it, can't quite get there, but you love to see both sides being gritty right now. They're hustling. You never know if you don't go.
Goes back to 7th grade volleyball, just body on the ground.
Just go!
As long as your coach sees you on the ground.
Asia O'Neal, the crowd's loving it. She's heating up right now. Dad Jermaine's got a grin on his face watching his daughter dominate this first match here at League One Volleyball.
Deep float, Rodriguez handles it perfectly. Drevniak going right in front of Eggleston and still beating her out. That's the matchup we've been talking about, is Drevniak versus Eggleston.
Drevniak is an incredible athlete, an incredible human, tons of service, always giving back to the next generation, and I love her quiet confidence out here. She's just steady. She's going to take good cuts.
Jordan Larson picking on Zoe Jarvis. And Tom Hogan earlier today was saying one of the hardest positions to switch over from college to pro is that libero position.
That's right. Yeah, internationally the serve and the ball is different, so the serve actually moves quite a bit more than the college game. It is a tough transition, but Zoe Jarvis doing a great job here in her 2nd season as a pro. And there it is again, Asia O'Neal. Can't stop, won't stop. Running behind the setter as well. She's more known for behind, and this starts with Jarvis, a great dig, and then Asia O'Neal able to stay behind that ball and find some hands. Great play all around for Austin.
That's going to be a free ball for Nebraska. Big kill. That one's going to Jaylee Winters.
Jaylee Winters has a heavy arm. I don't know if you can hear that at home, but there's a different sound when she's in rhythm and they get after it. Great swing by her.
Herrera up to serve. Eggleston. Jarvis helping her out, going back to Logan. Recycles this one. Eggleston again. Jarvis is all over this coverage. Going somewhere else this time. That's going to be Banks.
Maddie Banks is the unsung hero tonight of Love Austin. She's been steady, just taking good swings, whether she's front row or back row. A great cover by Jarvis starts there, and then Bree has the feel. Logan Eggleston isn't up. Banks able to find support.
ISO statement block from Madison Skinner. One-on-one situation.
Whoa, one-on-one. She said, you versus me, and I gotcha this time. Sit down.
Gotta be scared after that one. Overpass to Eggleston. This is the momentum you were talking about, Courtney. Nebraska hoping to end that momentum. Austin coming off a great run. Austin leading by 3 points here in the third set.
And look up the new board for links. Changes. Mark, take it up again. Great thing on the court. Mark Saban, off with the changes.
Fans want to see yourself on the video board? Be sure to scan the QR code that you make yourself. Look at all those cuties out there. That could be you.
Set 4 here in Austin. Love Austin leading Nebraska 12-9, but can't count on that because Drevniak has had a great match so far.
That's right. She's a tough athlete to stop. She's a lefty on the opposite side. She's a pin hitter. It's a little bit like a left-handed pitcher. The angles are just a little different. You don't quite see it as much. She's got an incredible range, and she's easy to set. And you see Laura Dykma setting her not only when she's at the net, but even off the net. And when you're a lefty, you can do that. She has a quiet confidence, and she is hitting .567, killing over half of the balls she has set. I'd keep feeding her.
You called her a pitcher. Looks like she's warming up over there
That's
again.
Right.
Rodriguez taking over this one outside of Winters. Skinner. But this one's kept alive. Back row attack, awkward angle, but Jarvis denies. And that one's going to be out. What an ending to that play.
Great defense by Zoe Jarvis. It's what she's known for. She's so good defensively. She's so fast. Some great eye work there. Making great plays for her team.
And in Austin's serve and pass today, Tom Hogan, Love Chief of Sport, was saying that the libero position is the hardest one to transfer from college to pro because of the passing.
That's right.
But not the digging. She's all over that one. Jarvis, you can hear her yelling at Logan, "This is mine."
Crowd's loving it. It's so cool to see athletes embrace their role. They come off the bench and they say, all right, I'm a difference maker. I'm going to change the momentum of this game. That is a great teammate. We love to see it.
That's how crazy it is to see these two players, Rodriguez and Jarvis, come off the bench at some point, because you never saw that at their collegiate level career.
That's right. One of the things that I admire about Lexi Rodriguez, you know, there's no ego there. She loved learning behind Justine Wangarantes, the Olympic gold medalist last season, now with Love Houston.
Bader is not afraid to pass. Usually teams try and hide the middle blockers. They're there to block, not pass, but not her. Logan Eggleston again. It's the Eggleston-Drevniak matchup as she's continuing to fight her way through the block.
We have one hitter. We have two blocks right there. We're not going to get.
She's got to be able to just take care of it. I don't think we can.
You got like 6 points in. We need to change something.
We can't get somebody to 6 feet.
Read that. She's like, no approach on her. She's like this. Ladies, can we try to put our eyes on the server a little bit sooner? She slows down and she's like this. Can we try and hype the middles? It's very shallow middles. We take care of it. If it's deeper, we take her out of this and we can take care of it.
She's gonna clear. She's gonna clear. If it's on her, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And we can step up on it. She's not driving us back, right? Just everybody play shallow. Everybody. Give yourself some time.
Remy Pouret, the assistant coach for Love Nebraska, talking through, hey, let's see the server. They're serving short. They're picking on us. If we see it early, we can react sooner in a calmer way and make a great play.
And Susie Fritz said, we're actually really cold in here. You see Nebraska in sweatshirts. There's an ice rink under the court. This is actually home to the Texas Stars professional hockey team. And she said, it's actually a problem when we're sweaty, we're freezing. So she said part of the match is figuring out how to stay warm. Out, looking for those hands is Banks, not able to get it.
A great dig here by Nebraska. Lexi Rodriguez just keeping the ball alive. You never know. Makes a smart play and ends up Austin making an error. And for Nebraska to take over, they're going to have to start chipping away, starting with serving aggressively.
Good pass by Eggleston, tipped over by Skinner. Dykema was so far pulled back, there was no way anyone was touching that ball.
That's a tough one. Laura's been playing great defense today, but Madison Skinner, she hits so hard, it's hard not to be on her heels, and then she hits that one. It is a lot of ground to cover.
At that point, you're just shell-shocked, waiting for a huge kill from Skinner. Or Eggleston, who's up to serve right now. Nebraska keeps it on their side. Winters blocked. Free ball for Austin. Bella Bergmark. Rodriguez tries to keep that one up. It's going to be a kill for Austin.
Occupational hazard. Lexi Rodriguez got that in the face a little bit. Responds like a champ. Bella Bergmark making sure she's that right. And Love Austin here, they're just trying to get back to good. Both teams early in the season trying to solidify their identity under pressure and competition.
Logan Eggleston absorbs that one. It's going to be out to Banks. Blocked by Thader. Emily Thader, what a match she has had.
She's on fire, and that's what they need to do. If they want to make a run in set 4, take that into set 5, if they even go there. Can they just get back to playing Nebraska volleyball?
Thader finished number 6 in blocks and aces in Love's inaugural season last year. Nebraska, another miss serve. And what a match this has been, punch for punch. Look at the scores for each set. No one able to come back one set after another. Bergmark at the service line. Tight to Larson. Asia O'Neal completely denying the governor. One of the best to ever do it.
He strikes again, dropping that left hand. Great move by Asia O'Neal. Inside set, the governor's challenging her, trying to get past her, and she says,
Bergmark again. Rodriguez taking over that pass. Emily Thader, again, good things happen when Dykema gets a great pass and goes through Thader.
One of the best things of League One volleyball is that there's so much parity. Anybody can beat anyone on any given night. And last season, season 1, over 70% of the matches went to 4 or 5 sets, which is wildly more, crazy amount more than any other league in the world. And we're seeing it here again in the first match of the season.
Austin at the red zone, that 20-point mark. Huge deficit Nebraska's found themselves in. Skinner, what a dig. It's somehow kept alive by Winters. Skinner again. You can't dig Skinner twice in a row.
Oh man, Bria Riley just has that thing on a string to Madison Skinner. I love the aggressiveness that they're playing with. I mean, this is the 40-inch vertical we were talking about. She is flying. And if she's in rhythm, it is so hard to stop, virtually impossible.
Carly Blow with the short serve. Drevniak, Jarvis, how did she do it? But not able to keep that ball alive. Effort was there, but Drevniak too much.
Great power by Drevniak going right down the line, challenging Zoe Jarvis. A play she'd like to have back. We got a double sub here for Love Nebraska. Audrey Fitzmaurice in at the opposite. Susie Fritz looking to put a big block to try to stop Austin here at the end of set.
Gabby Blossom up to serve. Lexi Rodriguez said the tempo of practice always depends on how feisty Blossom is. Said it in a loving way, but watching practice, you could see the fire Blossom brings to the team. Kept alive, is it up? Blossom goes. Austin taking over the set.
Yeah, the whole crowd can feel the momentum here. Maddie Banks having a great match back to serve. This is a good rotation. You got Julianne Fawcett, Asia O'Neill, Logan Eggleston at the net for Love Austin. There's no weak blocker here. You just hope for Gabby Blossom there's a good set. She has some options. Good pass, excuse me.
Banks of the deep flow on Blossom's head. Tight. Not able to be kept alive. It's going to be Fitzmaurice's point.
Again, coming off the bench, end of the set, it is a skill in itself to be able to come in cold and execute. And Audrey Fitzmaurice, again, a 3-time national champion from Stanford. No stranger to big challenging moments.
Bouse. Fawcett. Just a little too deep. Hoping that ball was in, but it's going to be out. Fawcett was hoping that is.
Yeah. That ball looked a little low. Carly Lloyd trying to set her fast, getting a rhythm, and Julianne couldn't quite get on top of that thing.
Austin able to take more risks with a huge lead, though. O'Neill. Herrera. Silencing the HEB center, Courtney. And silencing O'Neill as well.
She said, finally we got her. Conde said, hey, I can do that too. Anna Boyce in for Love Nebraska, one of the best outside hitters for the Netherlands. Longtime captain. Difference maker, no doubt. And this is Nebraska getting some momentum back.
Coming up next is the U.S. Figure Skating Championships. But we will stay for the completion of this match. Austin creating a huge run in the 4th set. Eggleston, one of the best players of this match. Deep flow, too deep though. O'Neill giving Nebraska the point. Nebraska creeping up to that red zone 20-point mark.
Again, not all missed serves are bad. You serve too easy. If all of them go in, you're not putting enough pressure on them. So again, it's always that risk reward.
Herrera into the net. The difference in those two misses, Courtney.
Yeah, it's kind of the worst miss you can have is in the net because the passers don't have any decision to make.
The crowd is on their feet for set point for Austin in set 4. Too deep though. Back-to-back missed serves for Austin.
A good miss, but still a miss. Giving Love Nebraska a chance here.
Set point number 2 for Austin. Each team has traded out wins in the sets. The crowd is getting in the head of Nebraska, or at least trying to, Dykema. Again, inaugural match of season 2 of Love on USA Network. Jarvis. Eggleston out of system, and it's blocked, but it's saved. Emily Thader, again, leading the gym with 5 blocks.
It's what great players do. In big moments, they show up and just execute. Thader makes a great disciplined move.
Austin needs 1 point to end this set. Eggleston going to be up to her. Off the hands. Back row attack coming in. Jarvis, big dig. Banks tipping this one over. Fastball. Outside to Skinner. Is it in? This ball's going to be called out. Nebraska somehow hanging on in this fourth set.
What a way to kick off the season. They're battling as Austin calls a timeout.
Here we go.
Fun golf. Right now. Let's go. Here we go. Austin.
Sometimes less is more. You know, we're not coming up with any crazy solutions. We just got to do what we do, and Austin knows what that is. And they're trying to close out this set. And I think, you know, in all of these challenging moments, athletes on both sides have been in so many in Olympic Games, international competition. Love season one. It's just about being able to do you in these moments. Nothing special.
Set point for Austin. HEB Center might erupt here shortly. Eggleston taking the pass for hands. Skinner. Back to Eggleston. Drevniak. Not happy with that ball up. Tipped over, getting the touch. Did she get the touch off Drevniak? It's Nebraska's ball. What a set this has been. Austin had a tremendous lead, and Austin's going to challenge this point.
I think she got her finger. I
thought she did too.
Austin is challenging block touch.
What a big time play if she did by Madison Skinner. She's sets outside. Well, that's a tough angle to see it. Did she get the pinky? Also so hard to see.
Austin fighting for set point here in the fourth set. Nebraska done a great job at coming back from a huge deficit. Nebraska, what a call.
Wow.
Drevniak for her 23rd point of the match so far. Almost a whole set on that right side's back. U.S. Figure Skating Championships coming up next, but we will stay here for the whole match. Inaugural match of Love's second season. Out to Eggleston, and she gets the kill. Logan Eggleston getting the fourth set for Love Austin.
What a battle. These two teams, this is what it's all about. What a way to start season two. Nebraska is gritty. They made an incredible comeback. Got some momentum. It's almost even here heading into set 5.
Austin almost let that lead go in the fourth set, but able to keep it. We're going to 5 here in Austin. League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of Love. Welcome back in the HEB Center crowd tonight. That is Girl Sets, the global girl group's latest hit. Little Miss has reached an astounding 15 million Spotify streams in less than 2 months. And Courtney, they are huge volleyball fans too.
Huge. They're so pumped to be here. They're an incredible band and doing amazing things on the world stage, playing with confidence, singing with confidence around here.
Well, now it's time to watch a do or die situation. We are in the 5th set here in Austin, and we only play to 15. It's going to be a quick one. Inaugural match of Season 2 on Love, USA Network, alongside Courtney Thompson, the 2-time Olympic medalist. I'm Shelby Coppage. Courtney, how important is it to come out and be the first to 5 points?
Yeah, it's everything. You can see these athletes taking deep breaths, kind of resetting, reconnecting. It is do or die. Every point matters in the 5th set. Again, you play to 15. It feels like every point is match point.
Dykema serves first. She's going to be a back row setter. Back row to Skinner, and Dykema's keeping this one up. Drevniak giving Austin the free ball. Bella Berghardt getting the first point of the final set here in Austin.
And if Austin wants to win this thing, they're going to have to be able to continue setting the middles. It is what's unlocked everything. Getting those middles going, and of course Madison Skinner doing what Madison Skinner does.
Rodriguez finding her outside. Recycling. Drevniak tipping this one over, and someone was out. That antenna touched. Again, if the ball hits the antenna, that is automatically out. Looks like it was out on Austin.
And this is what happens in the 5th set. You're trying so hard for your team. We haven't seen that all match. Logan Eggleston going to block and actually got that antenna with their left hand. Nebraska's going to have to serve well if they want to be able to stop Austin in the 5th set here.
Middle, Bergmark, but it's blocked. Rodriguez big up. Drevniak leading the gym in points. Austin able to stay alive. But that ball lands, no one touching it. Point Skinner.
Great range by Madison Skinner. She tried to hit real hard. Lexia Rodriguez was there. She found another way to do it.
This is the rematch of the inaugural season's finals. Austin swept Nebraska, which was shocking, and now it's a complete opposite story. We're at set 5, only played at 15 points. Nebraska wiping up some sweat on their side, possibly trying to stop the Austin momentum.
Yeah, a little strategy there in set 5. Every point feels bigger. Love Nebraska just trying to get back to good. Can they continue to pass well? If they do that, they got a chance to win this thing.
Outside, that's going to be out on Bouse, hitting the antenna. Big point for Austin.
Hannah Bouse in for the governor. One of the best outsides Netherlands ever seen. She's, again, no stranger to these big moments. Let's see if Dykema goes back to her.
Eggleston has 2 aces of the match so far. Blocked by Bergmark. Nebraska very out of system, but keeping it over and in until Bella Bergmark comes in. Point for Austin.
Austin's rolling right now. They're doing what they've been doing all match with success, finding those middle hitters. Bergmark working hard in transition.
Eggleston again, her 4th serve. Gone on a run for her team in this 5th set here. Back to Drevniak. Great up by Zoe Jarvis. Tight on the net. Big kill. That's Maggie Banks.
You can feel the momentum here in the HEB Center. Zoe Jarvis creating opportunities, and when you're loose in transition, you're swinging aggressively, you can tell how much looser Austin is in Nebraska right now. That's what you need in set 5.
Medium pass is good, just like that, okay? Something high in the middle. We know we can side out really well on something there, okay? Doing a nice job of bringing it back to us, okay? It's kind of got that no look, so just stay nice and neutral. Yeah, and I'd play a little bit more kind of high, deep in middle back. Trust us to touch it. You don't have to overplay. Don't overplay on it, okay? There is no need to overplay right now, okay? Just do your job really, really well, okay? Come on.
Susie Fritz telling her team, hey, we don't need to do extra, nothing special. Just get back to good, make one play, know your role.
It can be hard not to overplay in the 5th set when you only play to 15 points. It's a do-or-die situation. One of the stars on your screen, Lexi Rodriguez, libero for Nebraska, set out almost all last season and waited her turn. Maddie Skinner, the other star on your screen, and can't forget about Logan Eggleston to serve. Middle coming in, stop, down.
Ella Bergmark ready for that one. Dykeman's been trying to get the middles going. She fronted that. She was standing in front of Conde Herrera, the middle for Nebraska. It's a great read by Bella Bergmark.
Inaugural match of season 2 for Love on USA Network. Back to Drevniak through the split, putting an end to that Austin run.
Little extra oomph on that one. Drevniak competing hard right now. Anything can happen. Nebraska's only down 6. If they use that kill, get one more, get a little bit of momentum here. Again, anything can happen in the 5th set.
Austin leading by 4, trying to hold on to that lead, but Nebraska doing everything they can to come back. Big dig by Eggleston.
There's a double contact. Is illegal because it goes over the net. So you can double contact on your side. That time might have been sweaty a little bit from that dig. Again, here comes Nebraska putting a lot of pressure on Austin.
Herrera up to serve, competed for the Argentine national team. Played in the 2020 Summer Olympics. Eric Sullivan.
Coach Susie Fritz might have wanted a little bit of change on the left side. They took Jordan Larson out of the match. Anna Boyce is in there looking for a little more offensive production, some fresh legs, some fresh swings. We'll see if it pays off here for Love Nebraska.
Played at 15 in the 5th set, win by 2. No more volleyball after this one. It's do or die. Maddie Skinner with the kill.
You want to be great. The great ones got to show up in these tough moments. A nice high swing to the corner by Madison Skinner. A nice set by Bree O'Reilly, keeping her in rhythm on a medium pass.
Bella Bergmark up to serve. Back to Drevniak, only one blocker on her, and she's gonna get that kill.
That is an awesome run by Nebraska. On a number 11 for Nebraska with a good pass, fighting off a tough serve, and Dykeman was able to keep the speed to Drevniak.
Drevniak has 24 points, almost an entire match on her, set on her back. But this ball's gonna be out. Jarvis dodging that one, getting her team the point.
They almost challenged that. That's how hard these serves are. It's from across the net. Sometimes you gotta dive out of the way.
And we do not switch sides at 8. In college volleyball, you switch sides at the 5th set. Skinner, back-to-back service aces, misses. Looked like she was trying to go short, but lands in the net.
And again, Anna Boyce in the front row for Jordan Larson, the governor. Jordan back in to play back row. She's one of the best passers in the world, best defenders, and best servers now that we're here.
Larson on Jarvis. Out to Banks and off the hands. Point for Austin.
So impressed with Maddie Banks tonight. Every time Austin seems to need a kill or a breakthrough moment, she has a knack for finding some edges.
Play just to 15 here in the 5th set. Austin almost the 10-point mark. Big kill by Winters, silencing the HEB center.
Silencing a little ball slam by Winters. I love the fire. That's the kind of pass Susie Fritz was talking about. Medium pass gives Dykeman enough time to get a one-on-one for her attacker. It's a great rotation for Nebraska. It's a great place to score a few points for them.
Short serve by Thader. And that's going to be the point. Bree O'Reilly taking that pass from Jarvis and calling her own number.
That's tough. That's the exact serve you want. It's an overpass, but a little bit too fast for Conde to get behind. And Bree snipes it actually before. She read it. Just Bree O'Reilly got there.
Bree O'Reilly joined the Canadian national team in 2019. Been a great addition to Love Austin this season. There she is, 17 on your screen in purple. One of her weapons serving right now, Asia O'Neal, the slide queen from UT. Back row to Drevniak, off the hands of Bergmark. She is refusing to let this match end.
Gotta love the fight in Nebraska. Susie Fritz is gritty. She's competitive, and her team is exuding that right now.
26 points for Drevniak. Jarvis, 3-option pass. Out to Eggleston. Eggleston getting the kill of Jordan Larson. What a moment for her.
Great rhythm by Austin. Playing with speed. Really impressed with Zoe Jarvis passing down the stretch here. Nebraska's targeting her, and she's keeping her team in rhythm.
Austin, 4 points from taking this match. We played just to 15 in this 5th set. Drevniak off the hands of Eggleston, beating out the one blocker in front of her.
Just competing so hard. Love Nebraska. They're scoring points much better when Drevniak is in the front row. So these are 2 good rotations. They're down 3. They keep serving tough. They got a chance here to win in set 5.
Winters. Tight for Eggleston. It's off the hands and it's going out. Eggleston somehow creating this into a kill.
So close. Maddie Skinner was there to cover that thing, but she said, oh, we'll let it go.
Austin 3 points away from taking this match. Inaugural match of season 2 for League One Volleyball. Back to Drevniak, of course. That's kept alive. Skinner. Banks, and that's gonna be out. Point for Nebraska.
Veteran play by Nebraska there. They went up, they knew Maddie Banks was going for a high hand, so they said, you know what? We're not gonna chance it, we're gonna take our hands down. Look for Conde to serve Logan Eggleston. Get her in trouble here.
Free ball for Nebraska. Can they put this one away? They have to. Back to Drevniak. Nope. Eggleston keeping this ball alive. It's tight. Jackman goes out. Just a little too much by Baus. Austin just 2 points away from taking the match.
Eggleston doing it all for her team right now. What a dig by her. Just gives them a chance. You just got to get under. That's way outside her body. Great effort by number 33.
Bella Bermark at the service line. Good pass. Out again to Baus. She's going to go tip. Tipped again. Outside's tipping over each other. Rodriguez finding Drevniak. Can she chase it down? Eggleston somehow keeps this ball alive. Is it Austin's point? It is!
Wow.
The ref at first thought it was Nebraska's and sees the touch and calls it Austin's point, giving Austin match point here in the 5th set. You couldn't ask for more than this, a 5-setter in the inaugural match of season 2 on USA Network.
This is what it's all about right now. As an athlete, you love these moments. What a way to kick off the season.
The crowd is on their feet. Somehow Bergmark keeps it alive. The middle blocker getting the dig. Straight down. Asia O'Neal silencing Nebraska. Austin battling for 5 sets. Susie Fritz, Eric Sullivan, 2 of the best coaches in the game. Austin defending their title of the inaugural season. Swept Nebraska last year. Started out this season on USA Network, beating them in 5.
If this doesn't get you fired up for the rest of season 2 here at League One Volleyball, I don't know what is. Both teams battled so hard, being about it in tough moments, finding out who they are. I cannot wait to see them.
Packed crowd at HEB Cedar Park Center. And next week, Austin's back at it again, but in Atlanta. That's going to be a great one. Alongside two-time medalist Courtney Thompson, I'm Shelby Coppage. We will both be on that on USA Network. Game of the week every Wednesday. What a hot one to start it out of the season.
It's going to be Atlanta, our season 1 regular season champs versus our end of the season champs with Austin.
Big win for Austin. There we are, Courtney. I had a great time with you. You couldn't ask for a more dramatic match. All these stars, not just in the nation, but the world. We have it all. Coming up next, U.S. figure skating on USA Network. More volleyball, though, next Wednesday. Austin in Georgia taking on Atlanta. What a win here for Austin. Defending champs, defending their title, taking on the first match of the inaugural match for season 2 of Love on USA Network.